Okay, this is the Franklin Township Public Library Trustees meeting. It's Wednesday, June 23rd, 2021. This is a virtual meeting and it is being recorded. I will call the meeting to order. We'll start with a pledge of allegiance to the flag, which is here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll call the roll. Ed Ward, let's see.
Here, present.
January Adams is here. NBC.
Here.
Iris Kislin.
Here.
Here. Agnes Kulubanga. Not yet. Okay. Mayor Philip Kramer is here. Kevin McNeil here.
Here.
And, Kiana Gresham, don't see her in yet. Okay. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, also called the Sunshine Law. The schedule and notification have been provided to the Courier News, the Home News Tribune, and the Franklin Township Clerk. Copies have been posted in the library's vestibule and are also available at the reference desk. The first thing on our agenda is part one of the public comment portion of the meeting. Mr. Wardlaw, are there any members of the public on?
Yes, we have one member of the public, Jason Bird, a staff member at the library.
Okay, would anyone, would you like to speak as a member of the public? Is there anyone who would like to speak as a member of the public?
No comment, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Seeing none, I will close the part one of the public comment portion of the meeting. The next item is approval of the minutes from our May 26th meeting. You've all gotten a copy?
Yeah.
Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes on Wednesday, May 26, 2021.
And second.
Okay, there is a second.
Yeah,
Therefore, we can discuss. NBC has seconded. Ed Ward has made the motion. Is there any discussion about the motion, which seeing no discussion, is there a vote to pass the motion? Please signify by putting your hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 votes out of 5 possible, and this motion is passed. We should move on to the director's reports. First, the financial report. January.
Yes. There's nothing really extraordinary to me on these. This is the next to the last financial report for this fiscal year. But if you have any questions or comments, happy to listen to them, answer them.
I just thought that it was great that the outreach librarian was talking about all the things that the library has been doing. But I thought, would it be possible if she periodically could go to the communities where the seniors are, to tell them about it periodically also?
We've done that in the past. I think we only did it once. I think we're just waiting till everybody feels comfortable with the pandemic.
Okay. Because there's so many new things that, you know, otherwise they wouldn't know about.
Any other comments on the, I had one very minor comment, but line item expenses 908 it said 100% of the budget had been used, but it looks to me as though only 87% has been used. So I just assume that there's still a little on that. It's a minor point. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. I'll double check on that.
yeah. It's just the number 100 probably
Yeah.
should have said 87.
Should have.
Yeah.
That's one of our yearly one big payment.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that's it, and that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Maybe the 100% means you're not gonna have to pay anymore on. Okay, thank you. Any would you like to go on to your program reports?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, during May, we had 29 adult programs. We had 502 attendees. And as Iris mentioned, we had the outreach librarian do a virtual program, letting people know all the services we can provide. And the youth services department had started to have its programs outside. So they had Stories Under the Stars, and then they had a nursery rhymes program in the gazebo. And then they had the story trail, which is like a progressive dinner type thing, except there's no food involved. And all 3 summer reading programs have started. And the opening of the youth center has been delayed to September 30th. But the young adult librarian, who you will remember got a couple of grants, she's been using that money and the books that she got as part of the other grant. She's been working on that portion of the collection, and I have other staff librarians working on the children's and the adult sections of the collection. And the new Wonder Book collection, which I brought in for show and tell to you a couple of months ago, those are the children's books that come with the tape. So you play the tape and it reads the book as you're going through the book. That has been launched. And that is all that I'm going to highlight.
Thank you. At this time, I do not have a president's report. So we can move on to the correspondence, which was all of it in our packet. And thank you, January, for this. Would anyone like to mention their response to the pieces of literature that January sent us?
Just that it was interesting reading.
Yeah, I thought the first 2, the author tours and the listening lockdown, were good illustrations of the ripple effect of what happens during a pandemic. And then the last one was mirrored pretty closely what we've been doing here during the pandemic.
Yes.
I was getting ready to ask that. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was, and we work well together with the township to make sure all our residents have access Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So for personal, school, business, etc. So yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yep.
Okay. I think we could probably move on to old business and the reciprocal borrowing of the county system. There is a proposal and a resolution here. Have you all read it?
Yes.
It's in the packet.
Yes, I did.
I
Small,
think-
but I can read it.
I think this is really big news, and
It's well overdue.
Yeah.
well, I think it's. I live, actually, Iris lives, and I live in 2 different adult communities, and I get this all the time.
Yes.
Why don't we have as much as the county system?
Yeah.
And here, for a 2-year trial period, we will. And Iris and January, I think that's a great effort on your part in working together with the county and the county system.
January, how would, the thing that upset me about it, that it's a 2-year trial, what will determine whether they will continue it or not? Because I think if we know ahead of time what the downfall might be, we would work hard to see that it did happen because it's a big item in my community.
I'm not sure exactly how to answer your question, but I would say generally if the problems outweighed the benefits, and I really don't see that happening, there's lots of little parts to this that we have to iron out, like how the books will move between us
Right.
and the county. Who's going to handle that? I would guess maybe if it was really lopsided, if our residents were borrowing many more items from the county than they were borrowing from us, it was, really, really lopsided. But I think the director of the county system is very anxious to do this. I'm anxious to do this. So I think we're going to work very hard to make sure it works out.
So, January, with this reciprocal borrowing, this will be with all the township libraries in Somerset County or just the main library? How would that work? We would just...
All 15 libraries that are part of the Somerset County system.
Right, okay. And books, electronic materials, you name it?
For now, just books.
Just books, okay, cool.
We'll see. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see how it works, yeah.
Now, has everybody signed it? I mean, so can I put a letter in our monthly newsletter here that it's happened, or we have to wait?
Well, if you guys approve it tonight, I guess you could say something in the newsletter that there was a resolution.
Okay, great.
Pilot program. Yeah.
That would be great.
Mhm.
Very good news. Very good news.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. Yeah.
So I don't think I have to read this, but Iris and I will both sign it and give it back to January within the next couple of days. And then I guess you have to give it to Brian Auger.
Well, since he showed me theirs, I thought it was only right that our board.
Okay, fine.
reciprocate.
Okay, we should vote.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Is there a motion to pass this resolution?
I make a motion that we pass the resolution to have reciprocal borrowing for books only with the other libraries in the Somerset County Library Association.
I second.
Is there any further discussion of this? Motion has been made, seconded, and
All in
discussed
favor?
beforehand. All in favor, please signify by putting your hand up. This has passed unanimously.
Yay.
Okay. Is there any new business?
Oh, before you go to new business, could I just add something to old business?
Sure.
Yes, I went a little too fast getting out of old business. I'm sorry about
Does
that.
anybody have any comments about the architectural drawings that I sent out to you about a week ago? I got comments from some people, but I just want to make sure everybody's seen them.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
no comments.
No comment.
Not at all.
So under old business, COVID, what is the current library status as far as visitors coming to the library?
All visitors have to wear masks. The staff wears masks in public areas.
And everything is open?
Not quite everything. Most of the computers are back. Fax machine, the public fax is back. Copy machine is back. No programs, no meetings.
Okay.
Most of the seating is back.
Can somebody come and sit down and read a magazine? Is
Yes.
that yes? Okay.
Yes.
Is there a time limit now as there
No.
was before? No,
No.
okay. And is there a capacity limit?
No.
Okay, that's all been implemented.
Are you going by 3 feet or 6 feet? 3 feet around the computer area, or people can sit right next to each other, as long as they
No,
have
we
on a
don't.
mask?
We don't have them right next to each other. We have them.
Okay,
spaced
so it's
out.
the separate.
But
Got it.
sometimes,
Okay.
if they come in together, We
Mhm.
let them sit together, but
Well,
yeah,
that makes sense,
do
right?
it spaced out.
On their laps
Cool.
only, yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Is there any other old business? Is there any new business?
Wait, under old business, I think we should also discuss when and if we are going to go to in-person meetings for this group.
We discussed that last meeting. We said we was gonna resume what, August?
Yes.
If I can
So,
recall. I could be wrong.
Yes.
so there's been an update on what the law says. Part of things that was influencing us was that after July 4th, you had to meet. It's actually not until October that you have to meet. So if we wanted, we could continue through September. I'm not suggesting that we do. I'm just letting you know we have that option.
Can I make a motion that we wait until October?
Under.
There's a,
Yeah,
there's a motion. Okay, if I understand your motion, Iris, it is that we meet virtually for our August and September meetings. Is that what you're saying?
I am.
Yes.
Okay. How does that, let's see if there's a second to that motion.
I
There is a
second.
Second.
See?
Okay, would anyone like to express anything about,
yes.
how do you all feel about that?
I would like to say we should take it month by month. This pandemic is hugely unpredictable. Things go up and down. Waiting till then, we may just be not necessary, or the Delta variant could flourish and we'd all be hiding in our homes again. So I think going month by month, I mean, our next meeting's in August, right?
Right.
So
Yes.
we can say we'll be virtual in August. We can decide about September and August.
Okay.
Okay, in other words, you're opposed to the motion as Iris made it,
Correct.
okay? Anyone else have any comments on the motion, positive or negative?
Well, I'm confused. Iris' motion was that we go virtual in August and September. What was the
Yes.
motion on
Yeah.
the floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't harm.
Right. So I think we all agree that we're going to, unless you want to amend the motion, that we go August and September and then go month to month afterwards. That's where the mayor chimed in. 'Cause I think
Actually,
we
what I
all,
said
I
is
think that's
in
not-
August, decide about September.
yeah.
So we go,
I agree with
Doesn't
that.
matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
I think safety first. I mean, and
Right.
valid points made about the unpredictability of, the Delta variants and what's going on.
Better safe than sorry.
Iris, are you willing to amend your
Amend it.
motion
Mhm.
to
Yes,
comply with
absolutely.
what Mayor
Yes,
Kramer has said?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the motion, as I understand it now, is that we will go virtual for our next meeting, which is in August.
August.
And at that meeting, we will discuss and decide upon what to do for the next meeting or meetings.
That mean,
I just feel that I think we all work well together and we accomplish just as much being virtual as being in person.
Okay. But you agree that you'll amend your motion to
Yes.
he said yes.
consider, okay.
Yes.
As the motion stands then,
Yeah.
those in favor signify by raising their hand.
Aye.
All right. Yeah, I raised my virtual hand.
aye.
Ed, you had yours up, right? Ed?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
The motion has passed unanimously. Thank you, Iris and Mayor Kramer. And those of you who seconded it. Okay. Where are we? We're still on new business.
New
Or is it
business.
still old business? I forgot. Is there any other old business?
So,
That's it.
Is there any new business?
None.
Seeing no new business, the next item on our agenda seems to be an executive session. Is there a motion? I'd like to entertain a motion to retire to executive session for the purpose of a personnel matter. Would anyone like to make such a motion?
Mayor Kramer had his hand up. Was that a question or was you?
Let the motion and the second happen and then I'll.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll make the motion to go into executive session.
I'll second it.
Okay,
So I'd like to
Motion
ask,
has
that-
been-
I'd like to ask that the motion be amended to also discuss negotiations with planning board for the southern branch, or the next time we go before the planning board.
Kevin, would you agree to that amendment?
Remember to the agenda. That is correct.
Okay, and
could you repeat it, please? Could you repeat it? What the amendment?
Negotiations with planning board for the southern branch.
I don't understand.
so there are two things. One is personnel and one is this negotiations. Okay,
Right, we're going to go before the planning board again about the southern branch. And I would like to discuss a negotiating point that they may ask of us.
Okay.
Okay.
That is one of the reasons you can go into executive session.
okay.
Okay.
January, do you have the sense of that motion down? That
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Those. Is there any other discussion on this motion? Those in favor, please signify by raising their paw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is unanimous. This is passed unanimously. We don't have much dissent on this board, do we?
Just like Congress.
That's like,
I didn't want to say that, but okay. Okay. So, Mr. Wardlaw, we would like now to go into executive session. And I would ask that January and Mr. Wardlaw and our public member allow us to do. We're back in regular session.
Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is public comment portion.
We have to come out of executive session.
Yeah.
Is there a motion to come out of executive session?
I so move.
Iris has moved. NBC has seconded.
Second, yeah.
Those in favor of leaving executive session, say aye.
Aye.
Most of us are in favor of that. Ed,
Yep.
you in favor?
Yeah,
Okay.
you see my electronic hand right there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Unanimously, we have left executive session. And the next part is public comment, the portion number 2. Is there any member of the public who would like to speak at
Yes.
this time?
Just the 9 of us.
Yeah.
Seeing none.
There's no members of the public now.
He left, yeah.
Okay, so public portion part 2 is closed. Our next meeting date is August 25th, 2021. And as discussed earlier, we will be virtual with that meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
And Tiana has seconded, and I think her daughter has also seconded.
So we have to
Deanna's here?
go.
Those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you all. It was a good session.
Have a wonderful rest of the summer.
See you in August.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Be safe. Enjoy your summer.
Off.